What's up YouTube, it's Louis here, hope you're all well. We're looking at Hbar on the weekly time frame over here, and we're just going to take off all the drawings. We can see we had this big wick over here which we eventually filled even though we were accumulating for 5 months, and on the smaller time frames looking like we're actually going to set off over here. Just before we set off, the FTX scandal happened and pushed us with a weekly candle close below this wick, so it means that of course, we've lost the demand. However, you quickly actually reclaimed it the direct next week with this weekly candle close with a doji over here. So this is a signal that we're going to try and actually come back up to this level over here. But we can quickly see that, yeah, unfortunately, we've rolled over as we've actually been anticipating on the channel when we look at the lower time frames, and taking out that weekly low again. So for the moment, it means that this at least is now a resistance. However, we're still holding this wick down here, 4.2, as a new area of demand. 4.2 to there, 4.5. So this is an area of support. Understand that this is an area. So what that means is that this is your support. But when we're below the close over here, can you see price is currently below this? So it actually means that if we come up to this level right now, this is expected resistance. Only if we break above this level, let's say we're over here, and we start coming back down to right there, that's when this whole area becomes support. But while we're below this and above this, this is resistance and this is support. This makes sense because I just told you guys that as we close the weekly candle below this, this is resistance, and it is very close, as you can see, to there. Understand? So if I draw a box now, this is our resistance of the area, and then of course down here is our support. So we're just trapped in between, and then if we go to the daily time frame now, we can see this. So that's why as we've come down, let me make that red for you. That's why as we've come down and lost it, we've ran back into this zone. We need to flip it red. We've completely wiped out the low here on the daily time frame, and you've run back into it. You're trying to hold it as support now. You're trying to reclaim it. Let's see if it happens. But for me personally, you're just coming in to flip it into resistance. That's why I've made it red now. But I'm just going to get rid of it because this was just an example to show you on those higher time frames. Now, if we're zooming in on the daily time frame, now I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. Again, we're not getting as much engagement as we were. The views are going down even though we've been right. I don't know why. Maybe because some people, they want to be fed garbage. I'd rather tell you the truth. And over here, where we were here for a month, I was saying as long as we're below the 382, we're not going up there. But even if we push above the 382, the expectation is we're still going to get rejected here. This has all been a reaccumulation for it to be a bull trap. We could have had this final pump. We weren't given it because this ended up being a bull trap over here. This very small fake out because we never managed to actually consecutively stay above the 382. We had one daily candle close above it, which is positive, right? However, we need to confirm it as support once we're above it, and we went back underneath and confirmed it as resistance. Not a good sign within this descending triangle. So I'm so thankful that I had the abilities to read the chart and tell you guys and warn you guys that this is looking bearish right now. We're not getting above this 382. I was telling you guys constantly, you don't actually need to go to the golden pocket. You don't actually need to. And in fact, you can even go through it and it's still not good enough. That makes sense. The 786 has been in this big red box. And I said that you need to take out the FTX top over here where the FTX scandal began right here. That's above the red box. I've been telling you that we need to take out that, and of course that is above the red box. Even if we come up to the red box, which is the 786, that is not good enough. So that means that we still continue lower. We didn't even get through the 382. So thankful I had the knowledge to tell you guys that I know you don't actually have to go above the 382. We just need to see the signals of weakness at the 382 or bearish patterns or bearish candlesticks. We got all of them. We got the bearish signs. If you took this trade, amazing. We're back down at this demand zone, which we actually fell all the way through. Not a good sign, but you're now trying to actually reclaim it. If we see bullish candlestick, you know, this would be a red candle. Like going through with, can you see these wicks here? Like here holding support. If we're having that going through the white, the zero fib over here, the white zero fib over here, or grey, and the bodies are actually closing above, that's a good sign for at least a short-term burst of demand. But again, all of this, this area where you were holding before breaking out, this is all going to be supply or resistance, as you're trapped between support and then this is your resistance, the range high, range low, range high, and now you lost this support or short-term range low. It's going to act as a short-term resistance. So yeah, the expectation is, if I use the fibs, we're going to expect resist exactly as we just anticipated. So yeah, it's just showing you we've got a golden pocket here in this area where we want bouncing off, bouncing, and then we lost. You even had a short-term bounce there, and you lost it all. So even if we climb up now, hold today, climb up into it, the expectation is to continue down afterwards. So yeah, the main reason is, guys, we have patterns to the downside on Bitcoin, and I hope you guys have tuned in to this Hbar update after coming in from the Bitcoin one, because we've been seeing all these clues on the Bitcoin updates over the last week that we're going to continue lower. And so yeah, thank you. Thank you guys if you have been tuning into those videos. If you haven't, make sure you're doing so. And yeah, that's pretty much it for today's Hbar update. The expectation is that we're going to continue low of this shoulder, head and shoulders pattern, which we're also seeing on Bitcoin. And we already put in that lower low. We put in the lower low, so it means any pump up is fake, and we're going to continue lower to these targets. Thank you guys so much. Like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.